Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's Stage Racer. We're on episode number 6. So today I have full team leadership for the very first time. Also, though, what I have is that situation where I'm still in between objectives. So I actually should have been facing either a neutral race day condition or maybe a -1. I've really lucked out with a +3 today on that 86% fitness, so very unlikely, but that's giving me a resistance in the 60s, stamina in the 60s, high 60s for the resistance at 69, mountain at 79, hills at 75. That's going to give me a decent chance in this one. It really is. So I'm among the favorites, but the team objective is pretty high, pretty strict. We're looking at as I'm going to send Davis back to get some water here. We're looking at a top 3 necessary. So that's a pretty tall order, pretty big ask. Of course, this is a punchy classic, not a mountain climb. Mountain climbs are going to be better for me, obviously. I'm more suited to that. My ratings are more suited to that. So punchiness is going to kind of be on a race-by-race basis. But just looking at the overall profile, you figure, yeah, we might have some sort of shot here. Also, I'm taking advantage of that total team control in this one, making sure that the best riders, the best support riders that I have are going to be around, because I'm already, at least the group that was selected for this race anyway, I'm already significantly better than most of them. So I've had Davis helping chase back the breakaway, which is now at 10 riders, but they have already broken up as they've gone over the previous climbs. So we're already starting to reel back in the first few of those riders, so they'll be down to about 7 at the front. It's still a 3-minute gap, and that's more than what it was. So I don't know if that's because Davis went back and other teams just weren't as committed, but we need to now kind of prepare. Barbosa and Andrade are the 2 guys that I'm trying to protect and keep fresh to give me a lead out at the end. And we'll see. They're both on +2s. I've got that +3, so at least the 3 of us are looking pretty decent. Davis, though, yeah, I'm not sure how much longer. I need to maybe take one of these guys off of protecting either Barbosa or Andrade. Maybe we'll take Garrison or Lang. Let's go ahead and take Lang. Let's get Lang involved in the chase now instead of Davis. Davis is done. Set him to auto. He's done his job for the day. And Lang, we were in the low 60s before on that chase. Let's push it up now a little bit higher and see what we can do. We're not the only one chasing. I mean, dang, Lang, just getting to the front already expended most of your energy. The biggest climb of the day is still ahead of us. And then you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5-ish peaks. I mean, there's a couple short hills otherwise. And that's it for Lang. He is done just like that. Jones also done. He's out the back. Garrison is definitely gone to the back. So the lack of climbing of these guys, this low 60s rating that they have, is already being quite punished. And there's more riders off the front than there was, so we've got some punchers that have decided they want to go clear. Let's take a look here and make sure. Well, I don't know anything about these guys. Different teams. That is worrying, though. That is definitely worrying that those guys have been able to go clear. Now I only have this small team to make something happen with, and yeah, that's difficult. Let's get these guys at least up with me, and then Garrison, you don't have anything left, but, at least give the illusion of something left. I might have to make a move on the big climb. Obviously, that's my area of strength. And thin the field out. And not just go for, the punchy finish at the end. We might have to do something effort-wise before that, unless this breakaway is reeled in. Minute 18 on the gap. We've got to really keep an eye on that. If it starts to go out between now and the base of this big climb to come, then I'll have no choice. I'll have to have a go. Okay, I lost my 2 guys there momentarily. Can we reset again? The peloton had split for just a second there, so I lost control of them. Okay, 2 guys in between, not holding now. It's starting to go out. Starting to go out. I'm going to need to get Barbosa. Have a little go. In fact, we're being caught by riders instead of it going back. It's at 2 minutes. Andrade, have you made it up here yet? Okay, good. Go ahead and protect.
There's now more than a minute between
I might have to use these guys up much sooner than expected in order to bring back. Alright, let's do it. We're going to sprint train style this. I think Andrade is my better option, so... Oh, hello, Garrison. You're back in. It's not going to matter, though. Go 85. You're going to set to auto. Follow Andrade. Follow Barbosa and Barbosa. Use up your energy. I'm trying to still keep myself fresh for the ending. Where I could make some sort of move here. Why not use up my 2 teammates? There we go. Now we see them, and now it's coming back. We've already brought back 30 seconds. Okay, we're also seeing other teams on the move. And Barbosa is going to be done. On to Andrade. Uno X is obviously going for it. Assuming for Tiller. You can see even for me, not easy. Group of 12. Andrade, kind of give it your all to stay on, save my energy, and if they keep moving like they are, then I respond. Falls flat here. Still 5 riders away. Down to 21. Andrade is here, technically. Get him to protect. Minute gap to 2 and 3 riders and a small peloton. Out to a minute 17. Andrade does not have firepower to pull this back, though. Really got to watch that gap if it starts to go up. I'm going to, again, have to try to use up Andrade. We're up to 34, so there's not much chase. Uno X, the only ones really feeling like they have the firepower to do something. Still at a minute 17, though. Andrade is recovering. I'm definitely recovering, so I'm looking good for the final few climbs. Minute 14. Andrade, not 99, but let's go, buddy. And I will follow. Alright, Andrade does take over. Actually, Abramson does there. And now Andrade takes over. Continues the chase. Minute 9. This might not come down to the last climb. This might have to go a little bit sooner. Final 4 riders away. Final minute of a gap. And we've got to get through the flat, and Andrade's the only one doing chase right now. We'll try to make that last a little bit and see if we can get somebody else on the front. Obviously, we'll have no problem catching 2, but it's the last 2 that I worry about. Alright, Uno X finally takes over. And, nope, that's it for Andrade. Put him on auto, and let's go forward momentarily. I'm losing my position here. These guys are accelerating. These are late punchers having a little jab. There you go. Sit on, sit on. 37, chasing 2, and a 49-second gap. Right now it's looking a little more likely that we are going to be able to catch them, mostly after Andrade's work there. He pulled back 30 seconds and left that group isolated. It was 4 riders, now it's 2 riders. They're not looking too strong, and here is the big climb. If I can go steady and put some hurting in the legs.
The finish line is getting close. The riders have just passed the 15 kilometers road
Hey,
sign.
what happened to my gel?
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
Not sure what happened to my gel. I don't think I ever used it. Okay, big attack, and for me, I'm just steady climbing. That's going to take a lot out of the legs of a lot of these guys. As we approach the top, we're down to 26. Andrade among those who has been dropped, now 23.
Falling behind. A team leader is
Nice
falling
and easy,
behind.
right to the front. Okay, going over the top. Easy now. Just riding tempo. Trying to conserve. Down to 18. Okay, let's sit on for a moment. Get that red bar back. And get... Did I get any recovery? Maybe an ounce. Okay, for now we sit on. This is not the attack, but we're seeing the acceleration. So get the response. Momentarily, that was 6 riders going clear. Okay, again, sit on. That's Tiller going for it. Still in contact. Okay, easy, easy. 6K.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
Okay, move our way up a little bit. It's pretty much Tiller and I, 3.7K. Now, obviously, I'm in contention for the win, but at the same time, I'm in contention to only finish outside of the top 10, so gotta be careful. 2K to go. Gotta go whatever tempo that I can maintain towards the end and then try to sprint it out. 17, now down to 9, so we got a top 10. 1K to go. No, no, no. Oh, I'm going to run out of energy before the end.
This climb features
Down to the final 5, but it's going to be 5th. If that. I'm going to drop out of the top 5. Sard Bax is going to beat me there. Rodriguez. Close, but not quite. And that's low resistance, obviously being a factor. How much sitting on can or should I have done versus just riding my tempo, but when other riders are attacking riding tempo, they just ride away. You've got to be right there. So in the mix, absolutely. But again, not a puncher. That's Sard Bax, that's João Rodriguez, that's Carvajal. I mean, those are all good riders. And Tiller, not even there. Tiller gets 8th. So we easily beat those, and there was quite a gap behind us, so we really got down to the final grouping and right there in the mix, but just couldn't quite see it to the end. And again, that's low acceleration, that's low sprint, that's not being that punchy. We still have work to do. We're not going to just suddenly win everything, especially when those around us have a bonus on their stamina resistance every time out. Very next day, and today I play the role of teammate. So I did my kilometers at the front. I got my exceptional evaluation right away at the very beginning, and now I get to ride for myself as we're seeing a big acceleration in this one, trying to split what is already a small peloton of just 49 riders, now 46. Final 3 riders of the break are still 30 seconds ahead, but they're definitely not going to stay ahead much longer. I've got a -2 race day condition, so that subtraction from the resistance is going to make it difficult to get a high finish, but maybe we can squeeze our way into the top 10. There's no way we're winning this. Van der Poel and many other World Tour riders are here, so we're well outside of things, but you can see our World Cycling Center team is here amongst it. If you watch the career mode, I used the same database for that one, so that initial first season team is here.
The current pace is a bit too docile.
All right,
for
final
some riders
30
who are
kilometers,
looking to
and
create
see
a
I'm already
breakaway.
falling to the back of the group, even though I'm going to
What's going on?
91.
Several riders
So
are flat on
you
the
get that
ground.
little
Certainly some
subtraction.
sort of incident.
Yeah, it's using me up pretty quick. Chitello and oh, big crash, and I'm caught up in it. Well, there goes our day. No way we're coming back from that one. To my teammates as well. Oh, we get caught up in a huge group here, though, chasing. 40 at the front. How did they end up with 40 at the front? There was only 20. Okay. Well, we got a tiny chance of catching on, but I doubt it. We're going to see this group dwindle in size. Good thing I'm not injured. There you go. Now it's 14 chasing. Gap's too big, though. I don't think we're bringing... We might catch the 7 in front of us, but there's no way we're catching the front group. Andrade's done. Garrison's done. I have no... I don't get to even be leader amongst these guys. Cy Jones and Davis were supposed to be the leaders today, and they're literally at the back.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10 kilometers road sign.
Trying to bridge the gap. Now it's just 6 chasing, and we're almost on par with this group.
And he spurts away from the group. He's going for victory.
Let them take over for a second. Final 8K.
5 kilometers remaining.
Definitely moved up the order. Obviously leaving behind a group of 30-something with just 4 of us left from it. But as we enter this final climb, we haven't actually progressed really at all. Now we have. Now we've made our way into the next group. 3K to go. Now moving my way up. Vanderpool does in fact win. Budding, Hull, Dutch Trio, final kilometer, sprinting it out. Good little finish there. I move up to 31st. I mean, considering there was 40 riders up the road and we were 2 minutes behind, finishing ahead of 25% of the group that was 2 minutes up the road, plus beating my own group of 35 that were chasing that. So, right, there's 75 in that mix and a 2-minute gap to the group in front. Made some nice progress, but finishing 31st isn't going to amount to anything. Finishing top 25 might have been recognized by the team, and I might have picked up a few. Uribe finishes 10th place for World Cycling Center. Ray Lanu was 19th, by the way. All right, so I have a tough objective to match because they want me to win the stage, and they want me to finish in the top 3 overall. I do have the fitness now taken care of. It's only a week later, but I have opened up to that 100% fitness as this is an objective. So now at 94% fitness, but not yet on the fitness peak, I enter the day with a 0 race day condition, but a small bonus to my mountain and hill rating, and otherwise just kind of base stats. I am the best pure climber in this youth race, and I've got some teammates that are pretty good too. They're in the fold as a kind of a top 10 entity. So I have full leadership of the team. We have 3 mountain stages and 1 hilly stage here at the Tour de la Sard. My goal, I'm thinking about thinning the field out early with my teammates, so that when we get to the later stages, which I'll still need to have a couple teammates left at least to get through this sector, but when we get to that final climb, it's down to mano a mano, and I just have a few riders left to outclimb to go for it. Win or lose, at least it's down to a very small grouping, so I'm in that strong GC position. We'll see if that actually happens. Andrade, ooh, today, decent climber. You know what, I need to get all of my teammates. Let's do this. Just put everybody on relay for a second. Bring them to the front. Okay, Holoesco is here. I don't know how Holoesco is as a climber, but we'll put him on a... We'll keep him at the front. Andrade. Let's let Andrade drop back. That's a decent climber. Quinn. Oh yes, Quinn can definitely give some support today.
Well, we can see that the pack is increasing the pace. It's going to be difficult to break away now. This
Okay,
climb is feared by
Laverick
many
is
riders.
here.
The percentages
Laverick
are very
is
high.
going to protect. Holoesco falling back a little bit. You're going to have to work harder than that. Okay, Richatello, I believe, was among the favorites. What about Drisner's was also, 67 mountain rating, putting him among the favorites. Really? There is no breakaway right now, by the way, and we don't necessarily need to have a breakaway on a stage like this. I think we can protect Drisner's. Laverick already. Oh, Richatello might be a decent climber, but he's not looking great. Andrade would not normally be a good climber, but today is looking really good, so we might as well use him.
The peloton has slowed down a bit.
So let's go ahead and protect. We'll let those guys ride solo. So yes, Holoesco, control. We're going to head into this Allscat. Let's go ahead and speed up to that point, though. Already there's a group off the back. I didn't see a crash. Was the climb that tough? Fine if a small group gets off the front. They're not going to get far. Okay, we back off just a little bit. You can see more riders trying to escape. But we're going to approach the climb pretty soon. And Holoesco's going to keep it difficult for that stretch. Alright, here we go. Onto the climb. And that's 8 riders now off the front.
A rider is taking his chance alone.
Holoesco, let's push a little bit harder. Front group's already starting to break up, but halfway up this climb, our group is not. However, there's not a long recovery till you get into that category 1. So we don't need to do all the damage right off the bat. Holoesco is done. Okay, let's pause for a second. First rider has been dropped. Let's put him on auto and let's get Laverick. He's not going to have long, but we'll get Laverick on the front. Nearly to the top here. So Laverick's going to kind of lead us up the next climb. Get these guys all kind of set to a slightly higher tempo. Alright, Laverick down the descent. We're at 72 riders, so we have split some off. And here we go, into the next climb. Let's see what else we can do. Damage the field. Laverick, go a little bit harder here. Down to 50. Down to no breakaway and down to 42. Now 37. Laverick. Done. Okay. We're going to have to get somebody else on the front. We're down to 34. This is ideal because look at how many teammates I still have. Richatello, let's save you. Let's use Andrade. Andrade, take over.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
Ooh, Pidcock is here. Yikes. Gonna have to watch out for him. For the overall.
So now it's the descent.
Alright, so we're down to 30 riders as we cross the top. Laverick was among those few guys that just got dropped, but this is ideal. This is ideal scenario right now as I have 5 riders. There's just 30 here. We see a little split down to 22. I would imagine those 8 could regain contact, probably just not good descenders. Richatello's going to recover a bit. We need water. We need water. Who's going to do it? Richatello needs to recover. Why don't we use Drisner's for this task, please? I don't need Somebody protecting me right now. We're down to 21 currently. Alright, into another climb. We don't need to thin it out further right now. I think we are really good with a group this size.
Holy cow, that was a fall.
Prisoners finishes his task. Okay, Andrade, we can back off a little bit. Gap to the 9 followers, they regain contact momentarily, but the gap behind is slowly growing. Those 5 riders chasing. Laverick's among them. I don't need Laverick back. I would rather see that gap grow and see this final grouping of 30. So Richatello has recovered a little bit. Now we're getting some support. Groupama FTJ. DSM is here, but it's young riders, so it's generally weaker. But worries me about having Pidcock here. And he's working. 29 riders in the group, and yes, the gaps behind are growing as we go through here. This is going to set us up for the final climbs. This is quite a ways until we get to the next one. Let's speed it up. Alright, I've got Quinn at the back of the group. I don't want him there. I want to bring him forward. I don't need to make this first climb hard. I'm going to start a project on our kind of perpetual climb, this next one. So for now, Andrade, we'll keep it simple. Quinn can now just sit on. Quinn to follow. Stay put. Andrade will up the effort slightly. We're going to get over the top of this one. Just 28 riders. Nobody behind us is coming back at all. I mean, this is your final grouping. No doubt about it. Almost a 3-minute gap to a solo rider. Well over a 3-minute gap to the 6 that are following. And I would imagine from there the gaps get even larger. But it's on the next climb where we begin to carry out our plan, which is going to be sprint train style. We're going Jumbo Visma, Ineos style of just burning through guys one after another and then trying to go solo towards the finish. And let's set that up now. 20 kilometers to go. Okay, we'll set about an 87 for the overall. Prisoners. Follow Andrade. Yep. Or is it going to be Quinn? No, Quinn. Quinn in between. And then Richatello. Richatello, you got to get forward here real quick. Thank you. Okay, and on to the base of the climb. Now we want to... It's 20k to go, so we're not going to go too hard, too fast all at once, but we do want to make this thing difficult. Pidcock, though, using himself up at the moment. Richatello now brings it forward. I wouldn't mind getting through Richatello and into Andrade before this first climb is done. He's not as strong, so this isn't going to hurt the group as much, but it's definitely going to hurt some of the legs. Andrade is going to start hurting a lot more of the legs. We've already dropped the first rider, even though it's just Richatello right now. Okay, I'm looking fresh. Andrade is feeling it a bit, but that's no surprise. Oh, no, no, no. Why? What are you doing, Andrade? That is not... That's thinning the group out really fast, but I do not have control of him right now. Meanwhile, we're down to 5 riders. Okay, this has split the field. Andrade, not what I expected, but Quinn... I finally have control of Andrade again. I want him to get on the back. This is just 5 riders. This is one of the favorites. He's the only one with us, and we've split the field. Oh, I'm losing control of the riders one by one. Now Drisner's trying to attack. Quinn, please follow. Now it's a group of 3. We lost Quinn. This is not what I planned. Thanks a lot, game. Thanks a lot. Okay, now all of a sudden we got 2 guys and still 11k to go. This was not how I planned on doing this, though we have a huge split, so this is good. It's good and bad, but this is going to leave us going much earlier than expected, so. Prisoners done.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
It's a minute behind us. Drisner's giving his max. Van Dienenbiel not doing any work right now. 8k to go. Watch the gap behind us. Quinn is the one who is in the gap, and then he's being followed. So right now we can let Drisner's just climb at his max. And meanwhile, I'm fresh, but I'm guessing he is too. So we've got a 1-2 going for the stage potentially. And the GC is definitely looking good. I've got my gel active right now, but I'm also recovering with that active gel. So recovery is good. At some point I'm either going to have to attack this and try to leave this guy behind, and let's do that.
5 kilometers remaining. Wow, that's one attack that's going to leave a good view in its
Nope.
wake.
Not going to work like that. 2-man show, and he's going to probably make me do all the work, which means we're going to be in a bit of trouble for trying to win the stage. One guy able to go with us. I'd love to sit on and force him to do the work, but that's probably not going to happen. We've opened up already a huge gap behind us. Okay. Gap is holding. 2k to go. So we're good there. The gap is holding, so he is technically working. 1.8k. Ready to sprint.
Falling behind.
1k to go. Sprint is on. Okay, now sprint it out. Oh, come on. No acceleration left. Almost. Second on the stage, though. This is fantastic for the GC. It's a minute to the following 3 riders, and Quinn takes 3rd. Drisner's, I think, is going to get 5th. He does. So Ruben Thompson and Van Dienenbiel are the only ones we have to contend with for that GC top 3. It's already been 3 minutes and counting as the next riders approach the line. Andrade gets 6th. So as a team, we are looking fantastic for the GC. Great start to this race. I don't get the stage win. So close. I mean, you can see we had just 2% yellow bar, and the red bar was used up shortly before the line, which is why we weren't able to out-sprint Van Dienenbiel. Our move to get away from Drisner's did not drop him, which is kind of what I expected. It was our only chance, really, as we have acceleration but no sprint. We're a 56 sprint. So difficult. Unless you can get separation to actually win out a sprint with those kind of stats. But already a 1-2 distancing from the field. I mean, huge gaps. We're looking at 18 minutes, and you're still getting the bulk of the field coming in. Laverick finished 29th. Haloesco has not crossed the line. He crosses 63rd. I mean, that was your 50th place at about 18 minutes behind. So massive time gaps with 2 stages left to go. So again, GC looking fantastic at this point. But the stage win part We come up just short on that today. I'm okay with that, though. I'm okay with that because, again, the GC is kind of the main objective. The day's objective, it was close. It was close. 3 stages yet to go. We're going to get through that in the next episode. That is 2 mountain stages and a punchy stage. I'm so interested in seeing. It's one of those nice things of we actually have a strong team for a change. Why? Well, it's a youth race and we brought a full team because we have a very young development squad. But in relationship, they give us some firepower, give us some go. Let's see, there shouldn't be a time gap as we were 1 bike length off. I would imagine we should be on same time. I certainly hope we are. And then we'll only be 4 seconds behind. 3 second time gap. So 7 seconds down in the 5. Okay, interesting. Only a 2 second time bonus on that. So we sit 5 seconds down, but they're Quinn already over a minute. Thompson, the next one we need to look at, is a 1.5 minutes down. Pare Pienter, 3 minutes down. Germani 3.5, and then 4 to Page and company. So huge time gaps behind us. Fantastic start on that front, and with some teammates with some firepower, I think we can do well in stages to come. But race day condition will definitely be a factor, obviously, as I have such weak resistance. Take a negative and suddenly we're dropping off the pace. So really gonna have to watch out for that one in the next 3 stages and kind of play for the overall. But if I keep that leader role, which I don't see why I wouldn't, considering that I'm 5 seconds off the overall, sitting 2nd overall. Quinn, though, you never know, sitting 3rd. He might get something. Dresner's at 5th. If they get team support and spreads it out, that could be tricky, which is what happened here, right? We had a plan, we had the team movement, and then all of a sudden Quinn just decides he's going to attack solo with all of us chasing, and then Drisner's or Andrade, whichever, they attacked as well. So it just kind of, we blew ourselves up. But it also blew up everybody behind us. But it took the stage win possibility away from me, because then I had to go solo with a guy who was fresh, and I'm never going to beat him in a sprint. So my chance to attack and break off the field was wasted with way too many kilometers left for that possibility. Anyway, it does result in a good GC position, and I'm happy with that part. Just, it took the stage win possibility away from us. That is going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time as we continue on with our objective here and see what we could do with the Ronde de la Sard. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.